Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. First and foremost, thank you all so very much for taking some time out of your day to join us. I think you're going to find the presentation today incredibly interesting. We've got a fairly new carrier to the industry in Nassau, and they're really taking the industry by storm with their product design, and their sales reflect that. So we're really excited to be able to take a deep dive into their offerings. To do that, we've got our RVP with Nassau, Jake Quagliaroli, with us. Jake, can you hear us?
I gotcha. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, buddy. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it greatly. Before I hand everything over to Jake, I'm going to go through a few introductory slides and a couple of housekeeping items, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes. First thing I'll do is go through the housekeeping items. First thing that I want to cover, and probably the most important thing you'll hear out of my mouth today, is in the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's 800-255-5055. If there is anything we can do here at IAMS to help you with your life or annuity business, please don't hesitate to give a call. We'd certainly love the opportunity to assist you if we can. Second housekeeping item, polling questions. In the presentation today, we will launch 3 polling questions. They are just simple yes or no questions. If you would please take the time to participate in those, we'd certainly appreciate that. And then the final housekeeping item are questions. I'm sure there'll be some questions throughout the presentation today. Feel free to type them in. We'll do the best we can to get those answered while we're live and in session. If we don't get to them while we're in session, certainly when we call to follow up, we will make sure we get those answered for you. That being said, let's move into some introductory slides here and our new producer builders. If you've joined us on a webinar previously, this looks a little different. We've added some new levels, added some new offerings there. This is based on your production within the first 180 days of being licensed. We've got levels going up all the way to $1 million, and you can cash in at any one level and choose from great options. As you can see, there's a cash option, there's personal perks, there's business building tools, a lot of great stuff, and definitely we bring in our creative team in on this as well. So if you'd like to discuss this further, please let us know. The IAMS Business Builders, great slide here, and definitely something I'm going to spend just a little bit of time on because we're going to talk about putting dollars back into your pocket. We will start with the referred producer program. Our business here on the wholesale side of the industry, very similar to yours there in the field, in that one of the best leads we could ever receive is a referral from you, one of our valued clients. And with that, we want to make it worth your while to refer individuals over to us. So when you refer an advisor to us and they pick up any contract with IAMS, we're going to send you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, you will receive a 20 basis point override on the business that they are writing. So we cut those checks at least quarterly. Our ownership team signs checks worth thousands and thousands of dollars per quarter. So it can be very, very lucrative. If you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with us at IAMS, we'd love to talk to them. Feel free to type their name into the questions box and their contact information. You can email it to me, scott@iamsinc.com, or when one of my sales directors calls to follow up, please let us know who they are, and we'll do the best we can to get them recruited over to IAMS and get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Below that is our marketing reimbursement program, and we'll go through some rough numbers on that, but by far, this is our most popular program. Rough numbers on that, every 100,000 in FIA premium you put through IAMS, we put $100 into your marketing reimbursement, or equivalent to 100,000 in FIA premium. We consider that money to be your money. It truly just sits in the account until you utilize it. We don't cap the account. We don't make you roll it out at any certain time. And one of the big things is we don't control the vendors you use for that. If you've got a vendor that you've had success with in helping you build your business, we want to encourage and partner with you to continue to use them. All we'd ask is you send us an invoice or a receipt for the services rendered, and we'll get you a check out to help you offset that. If you'd like to know more about marketing reimbursement, just let us know. We can certainly walk you through exactly how it works. Back office support. This slide is truly the heart of who we are here at IAMS and how we were founded 33 years ago and what we strive to do every day. That headline there in blue on the slide, we help you work smarter and not harder. That's truly our goal here. We want to help you be more efficient and work smarter, not harder. We're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. You've seen a little overview on that in the previous slides. Of course, our daily webinars, a lot of different things available to you, a lot of ways that we help our advisors grow their practices. Case design assistance and life and annuity quotes. We're going to make a commitment to you on this. Same way we commit to answering our phone within 3 rings here at IAMS. We're going to commit that if you need some case design or an illustration, we're going to have that out to you within 24 hours, 24 business hours. Normally, we're going to have it to you much sooner than that, but I tried to say a 1-hour guarantee at one point, and that's just couldn't quite live up to that, so definitely don't want to make a promise we can't live up to, but we are going to get you those illustrations and that case design same day. It's all about giving you the tools you need to write more business and doing that for you efficiently. Forms at your fingertips. We appoint all of our advisors direct to carrier, so a lot of different ways you can get forms, but we are going to make it really easy for you. Of course, you can go direct to the carrier. You can call us at 800-255-5055, and we will get the forms for you. We can email them. We can drop ship them to you. We'll get them to you. We definitely want you to have the proper paperwork that you need to write the business that you're working so hard to earn. Submission to commission support. This is all about our new business team. Our new business team is headed by Amber Williams. They do such a great job. We will scrub apps, we will submit apps on your behalf, and then we'll do the back office tracking of those applications to take all that administrative work off of your plate. One thing I would say to all of you, if you have not utilized our new business service, I'd encourage you to do so. There's no fee or anything like that to utilize that team, and I think you'd be impressed at how much quicker your application will get processed and you will get commissioned because you utilize this team that's totally dedicated to helping your business get paid. Top sales expertise and coaching. We do have multiple sales coaches throughout the country, and we've got a lot of sales experience here internally as well. We certainly want you to be able to talk to other top producers in the industry, learn what they're doing, help you grow your practice through techniques, and we can provide those for you. And then paperless contracting. We are on the SuranceBay platform. For those of us that have been in the business long enough, we all know the pains and the hand cramps of filling out an individual licensing form. That's all done now. We can get you up on the SuranceBay platform and with a click of a button, add carriers for you as needed. If you have questions on that, Chris Mount, our licensing director, would be more than happy to walk you through how the paperless system works. Creative marketing solutions. I know I mentioned them earlier. We've got a team of 5 individuals that are completely dedicated to helping you grow your practice and helping you market your practice. We can do that with great turnkey solutions. We've got a big library of things we've designed in the past, things that have been given to us that we can customize with your contact information, handouts, flyers, postcards, newsletters, all available for you. And when we say brand it with your agency information, if you don't have a customized and consistent brand for your practice, I'd tell you it's something you want to do. It really helps with name recognition. It can really help you stand out from competition as well. We can create that brand for you. Logo design, business cards, brochures, stationery, advertising, all available to you here. And then digital solutions. Definitely an area where we're putting more and more of our dollars and seeing more and more advisors have great success with. So website design and driving traffic to that website, we can help you with that. Marketing strategies online, email consulting, online newsletters, and then social media. We can help you with all of that. If you would like to chat with someone about what all we can do, call the sales director you're working with. Let us have that conversation with you. We can get it started. And if one of these solutions or one of these things is a fit for you, we can get our creative team working on it for you. IAMS website, IAMSinc.com. If you haven't registered at IAMSinc.com, I'd tell you when we're done with this presentation, please go out and create an account. Got a lot of great tools for you right there. Term quote engine, annuity quote engine, sales resource library, links to forms, links to carriers, product grids, webinars, recorded webinars on there. The Firelight system can be accessed via our website, so you can do everything via eApp now if you'd like to do it that way. So great place. We're constantly adding new things to it. Right now we've got our Errors No Missions banner up there. We've got a great partnership with Locked in Affinity for discounted errors and omissions. If you're renewing here at the first of the year, might be something to take a look at. So definitely go out to IAMSinc.com and create an account if you have not done so yet. IAMS Wealth Management. As I talk about IAMS Wealth Management, I'm going to launch our first poll of the day. We launched IAMS Wealth Management, probably coming up on 3 years ago now. And we launched it to help our insurance advisor expand their practice. And we've had a lot of success with it. If you click yes on this polling question, what's going to happen is you're going to get an automated email, and then you'll get a follow-up call from probably Mike Hansen in our wealth management office just to talk to you about the offerings, what the platform looks like, what the technology looks like, and then the fee structures. If you are looking to obtain your Series 65, we can walk you through the partnerships we have for study partners on that to help you pass it first time around. If you are an existing IAR, I would definitely tell you to click yes. We've seen a lot of advisors take a good hard look at us and move business to us simply because of the whole package we offer with the technology, the investment platform, and then the overall fee structure. Very, very competitive there. That being said, definitely want to move on from this so we can get to Jake. So if you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, if you would please do so. I certainly appreciate everyone's participation there. Thank you very much, everyone, for that. And let's move on here. I'm going to launch 2 polls back to back, and then we'll be done with polls for a while. And what I'm going to ask you in this poll is if you're interested in one of our life and annuity academies. Don't quite have dates yet set for our first academy, but we will hold 3 to 4 of these here in 2020. What we do in our academies are they are all expenses paid. We will fly you in on a Wednesday, do an evening session that Wednesday, do a full day on Thursday, and then a morning session on Friday. Hopefully have you back on a plane right around lunchtime and home in time for dinner is kind of how we package those. We'll bring in all of the department heads from IAMS. So you'll meet Curtis Hawks, our executive vice president and head of the life division. You will meet Charles R. Hiring, the head of our RIA, Amber Williams, the head of the new business team, Jacob Tedlock or Sean Crawford will be there, who head up our creative teams. I will be there, the head of the annuity department, and we'll talk about what we do with our advisors to help them utilize our services, help them with sales ideas, help them with marketing of their practices. We'll also bring in our sales coaches from throughout the country. And I know I mentioned them on a previous slide, but to be a sales coach with IAMS, not only do you have to talk the talk, but you also have to walk the walk. And what that means is to be a sales coach with us, these are the upper 1% of commission and fee earners in the industry. So that being said, these guys are top producers, and they will show you exactly what it is they do in their practice that makes them so successful and give you the ability to take that home with you and introduce it into your practice. That being said, we will have dates shortly on this, and if you do click yes, you will be on our interested parties list, so you'll be the first one notified about dates. We'll move on from this slide now, so if you haven't taken time to click yes or no, please do so. All right, thank you, everyone. And moving on, we are still qualifying for the Baja Oasis. That qualification period does go through June, so if you have questions on that, please let us know. And we are also qualifying for the IAMS Marketing Summit right now. 3.5 million trip credits will get you and your guest on this trip. We will be going to Puerto Vallarta and staying at the Secrets there. We've utilized Secrets properties for other trips in the past. These things are beautiful. Really, really excited to be at this one. We are offering double trip credits as well for business submitted in January. So any app that you put in January, as long as it pays before 12/31, will count 2 times towards the IAMS Marketing Summit. And at the same time, we are also qualifying for the Elite Summit, which will be a direct extension. The top, well, I shouldn't say top 15 or 20. Right now, we've got, I think, 20 rooms or so for that, and we can definitely expand that if needed, and definitely hope we need to. But 6.5 million is the minimum requirement to get you in the pool of people that will be on this trip. If you do 8.5 million worth of trip credits, you will be guaranteed a slot for that. And with that being said, the double trip credits that are running here in January do count towards the Elite Summit as well. If you have any questions on the Marketing Summit or the Elite Summit, please do not hesitate to give us a call. We'd love to chat through with you. And we did mail out pacing letters this week, so you should be receiving a letter. I'm hoping you've already received it with how many trip credits you have through the end of December. All right, that being said, that's the end of my slides. I'm going to give control over to Jake now. Jake, you should have control, boss.
Beautiful, Scott. Can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see your slide, buddy.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. And holy smokes, for those of you that have not seen the opportunity that you've got with your partnership with IAMS, unbelievable, almost unmatched, if you ask me, in terms of all the value add and all the things that they're doing, and not even to mention they actually pick up their phone. So you can see why we're extremely excited about this partnership. Everything that IAMS is doing, they do it top notch. They do it best in the industry. That's one of the things that, as we've transitioned over to Nassau, really over the last couple of years, from an acquisition that took place in 2016, what we've been trying to do is align ourselves with partners who bring a lot of value, who see the benefit in product solutions, not just products, but actually the value add that the companies have. And that's why I think it's such a great partnership that we're building here. So excited for the opportunity today. Thank you for everybody for being on the call today. Without further ado, let's dive into the Nassau part of the presentation. And one of the things that you'll see that we're really trying to do as we build out our portfolio is not just think about the products that we build, but think about who's using them. At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is build a portfolio that, based on the fact find that you do with a client, you can present a solution that helps that client get through retirement. They've done hopefully a good job, or at a point where they've gotten themselves up to retirement, but now they need a little bit of help. How do we transition and utilize these assets? We're done with the accumulation phase, or we're approaching the end of the accumulation phase. Now what we need to do is transition this and really start focusing on getting through retirement. So if you've seen me present in the past, I like to do a quick industry overview. Before we get into that industry overview, know that what we're going to talk about over the next 25, 30 minutes, you're going to see solutions from a product standpoint, tops in the industry. From all the research that's out there today, as I look at the product competitively, you're going to see the number one guaranteed lifetime income product in the marketplace today. You're going to see one of, if not the top non-guaranteed accumulation product in the marketplace today. A new product inside of our portfolio, a product really focused on getting back to the basics, focusing on S&P 500 strategies, easy to explain, easy to understand. So a lot of good things going. In addition to that, we're going to quickly highlight what I consistently hear from the field, the most consumer-friendly combo benefit product in the marketplace today. So you're seeing a lot of strong solutions. And I'm going to highlight the differentiators in these products and really ways that will hopefully help you close more sales. But the other great thing, and what really I think made this a great partnership with you and your relationship with IAMS, as we've introduced the Nassau portfolio inside of IAMS within the last year, It's a ground floor opportunity. You are looking at a company that's been in business for over 170 years, but we're really looking to start building momentum and getting back to being a key player in the annuity marketplace. And you're going to see with that with the products and the programs that we offer. A great combination, complementary sort of partnership alongside all the great things that IAMS does for you. And our goal by 2021 is to be back in that $1 billion range from a sales perspective. Last year, we more than doubled our sales up to about 540 million. We've got a target of this year anywhere between 7 and 800 million. And then again, by 2021 to be in that $1 billion range. So a great opportunity to get in at the ground floor. And because we're at the ground floor, one of the things that we're trying to do is give you attainable goals. You saw some of the great things that IAMS does. On top of that, for $1.5 million in FIA production for an entire calendar year, you're going to see access to preferred exclusive products. You're going to get access to compensation specials. You're going to get trip bonuses. So a lot of great things for what I believe is a very attainable overall number from an industry perspective. As we get going and transition to the product side of things, take a look at some of the great things we've got going. Back in September of 2019, we increased the payout factors. We increased. How many times have you heard a carrier say that over the last year? So on our already competitive industry-leading guaranteed lifetime income product, we increased the payout factors anywhere from 3 to 5%. We launched the Nassau Growth Annuity, a product in my 20-plus years in this industry. Haven't seen the type of buzz that this product, that one of the crediting strategies is generating in the industry today. We launched our Nassau Elite program, something that's exclusive to you through your partnership with IAMS. And again, we still have some great enhancements that we're continuing to make to the portfolio. But again, if you've seen me present in the past, I'm very passionate about the industry and the opportunity that we have in front of us. And I think we have a great opportunity right now, even a better opportunity than maybe some of us think. Is that I'm out in the field, I hear the challenges of repositioning assets. And sometimes what I like to, or how I like to position it is, what we need to continue to do is help explain the problem that most consumers, the average investor, doesn't even know that they have right now. And what I mean by that, when you think about the 6 most critical years of retirement planning, as you talk to industry experts, it's upfront that it's really the 3 years immediately pre-retirement and the 3 years immediately post-retirement. What we don't have control of over those 6 years is what the economy does. Are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? Are we in a recession? We don't really have control of that. But what we do know is we have products that can minimize risk, that can minimize volatility. And what we need to do is continue to help explain the challenge, explain the problem that most consumers don't even know they have. What do I mean by that? Take a look at this chart in front of you. You see those blue graphs, those those bull market runs. And we're in the midst of a more unprecedented run, 11 plus years of a bull market run. We've seen average returns over 16% per year, growth of over 400+% in the open markets. But what happens in our economy generally following these bull market runs? And it's a bear market correction, a correction in excess of 20%, where the ending value is 20% less, at least 20% less than the beginning value. Think about the impact, the average prospect, the average client that you work with. If they had all of their assets exposed in vehicles with full market exposure, what type of impact would the average bear market, anywhere from 35 to 40% correction, what type of impact would that have on the lifestyle they want to live throughout their retirement days? What impact would that have if they come to you saying, I need help getting me through retirement? What type of impact would a 40% market correction have? And the great thing that we know is we have products, we have vehicles, and we're going to talk about and highlight these solutions here over the rest of the presentation that can help protect, insure, get our clients through those retirement days from, again, that problem that at some point throughout their retirement days, I'm not saying a bear market's going to happen tomorrow, a year from today, even 5 years from today, but the average baby boomer out there today, at some point in their retirement days, is going to be impacted by a bear market correction when they're sitting there living their best life in their retirement days. Let's transition and start talking about some of these product solutions, some of the differentiators that you have with the Nassau portfolio. And first and foremost, one of the things that I love about our portfolio is you go through and do a fact find. And often so many carriers out there today that build products that compete for the same market share. They compete in the same market space based on the concerns and a risk that your client or your prospect brings to the table. What we're trying to do at Nassau is build a complete portfolio. So maybe you uncover that what the client really needs or what they're really looking for is maximization of income, or using the least amount of their assets to fill an essential income need that they believe they'll have throughout their retirement days. Well, that's where the personal income annuity comes into play, the number one guaranteed lifetime income product in the marketplace today. Maybe they're looking for a competitive income, but they're also concerned about legacy or critical care, nursing care, in-home care concerns, but they're not able to afford or qualify those types of products. That's where the Nassau Personal Protection Choice product comes into play. Maybe now we've peeled off a portion of those assets and we've protected or we've covered those, addressed those risks with the guaranteed side of the portfolio, but they're still looking for accumulation. They don't want the market volatility or market risk, but they want a higher upside potential. Well, again, that's where the newest product inside of our portfolio, the Nassau Growth Annuity, comes into play. So let's break down a couple of these products in a little bit more detail. And as I do that, what I'm going to do is highlight some of the differentiators that you have. As Scott mentioned, you have a great team at IAMS that's able to sort of break down these products, show you where they fit, put together customized illustrations. So what I want to do is high-level outline the product and then really show you differentiators of how we can best utilize or maximize the benefits with each one of our contracts. First and foremost is a personal income annuity. I've mentioned it multiple times already today. This is a product that in the marketplace today is the number one guaranteed lifetime income product out there. As I talk to individuals that have sold this product in the past, one of the great bullet points that they continue to mention to me, what I love most about this product is that it's the easiest annual review I'll ever have. I tell my client, I tell my prospect what the product is going to do, how the product is going to perform. And guess what? It does exactly every single thing that I say it's going to do. So how are we number one in the industry from a guaranteed lifetime income perspective? It's by trying to keep it simple. What you're going to see with this product is two different income riders, our income today, income tomorrow. How you're going to end up electing one of those riders at issue is what's the client's time horizon for that transition from the accumulation to the distribution phase. If they're transitioning within the first 2 to 3 years after issue, that's where the income today rider comes into play. If they've got a little longer deferral, so they're looking for the principal protection, they're looking for the income guarantees, but they might have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years down the road, that's where the tomorrow rider comes into play. How does it work? With the income today rider, your client's benefit base is going to get an immediate 30% bonus on their income account. Think about that. They come in with a $100,000 premium. The benefit base, or the account that Nassau uses to calculate that guaranteed lifetime income, is immediately $130,000 guaranteed. If they were to turn on income within the first 12 months, and they have the flexibility to turn income on as soon as 30 days after issue, that guaranteed lifetime income would be based off of $130,000. But let's say that client deferred a year, so they didn't need income within the first 12 months. We hit that first contract anniversary, we add another 7.5% bonus to the benefit base. And then that client defers another 12 months. So we get through the second anniversary or 24th month. We add another 7.5% bonus, giving them that full 45% benefit-based bonus enhancement. Very, very strong. And again, think about a bear market opportunity. Think about a client approaching retirement within the next 1 to 2 years. If you could tell them that their income account would grow by a guaranteed up to 45%, what type of power does that have in positioning or capturing that sale? Maybe that's the client's time horizon is a little bit longer. So they're thinking 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road before they take income. At that point, you're going to elect the income tomorrow rider. And what that rider does is it guarantees your client's benefit base is going to grow at 14% simple per year for up to 10 years or until that client turns on income, whichever comes first. Again, very, very powerful when, again, what we're trying to do is protect that client during the 6 most critical years of retirement planning. Industry-leading benefit-based bonuses and roll-ups. On top of that, ton of flexibility. The ability to get income out through the guaranteed lifetime income rider as soon as 30 days after issue. But in addition to that, that client also has flexibility of income. They could access penalty-free withdrawal of up to 10% as soon as 30 days after issue. So if an emergency arises, but they're not yet ready to turn on that guaranteed lifetime income rider, they've got a lot of flexibility. In addition, the ability to take joint payouts on qualified assets. So we're covering all the different aspects inside of the personal income annuity. As I mentioned, back in September, we increased the payout factors on this product anywhere from 3 to 5% across the board. Now, I'm less interested in this slide because if you weren't selling this product in the past, who cares where the old payout factors were? But take a look today following those changes, where we fit in the industry from a competitive landscape. And what you see on the right-hand side of the screen is that Nassau Personal Income Annuity is coming up number 1 in terms of guaranteed lifetime income more often than not. And why is that important? Hey, any one of us can call up Scott and say, hey, Scott, I've got a client age 60, 68 years old. They're getting ready to take income 2 years from today. We can run a competitive landscape and say, hey, here's the solution. Carrier Nassau Personal Income Annuity is number 1 in the industry. That's the product that you want to go for the client who's looking for maximization of income. But how often do we say, hey, Scott, here's the situation, but maybe my client's going to take income a year earlier or 3 years later. There's a potential for some flexibility. Do we ever do that? Do we ever look at, is that product that we're positioning, that product that we're talking about competitive if that client's situation changed? And to me, the most compelling thing about the chart on the screen in front of you is that you know with the Nassau Personal Income Annuity, you're getting a product that's number 1 more often than not the first 5, 6 years after issue. When you push back even further, 7 through 10, it's a product that's coming up within the top 3 across the board. So you're getting the most competitive guaranteed lifetime income product in the marketplace today. Let's quickly transition and talk about personal protection choice. Again, a product, as I'm out in the field, consistently here called the most consumer-friendly combo benefit product in the marketplace today. First and foremost, you have the same income today, income tomorrow rider that you had with PIA. So up to 45% benefit-based bonus or a 14% guaranteed roll-up with the income tomorrow rider. The difference is the payout factors are slightly reduced with this product. So if you have a client looking for maximization of income, personal income annuity is the solution every single day of the week. But if you have a client who's looking for a competitive income, but they're also concerned about critical care, nursing home, in-home care needs, here we can address, after we elect that income today, income tomorrow rider, the attachment of the care protection benefit, our guaranteed enhanced benefit for care. How this works is if your client were to go into a nursing home, we're going to increase their guaranteed lifetime income by up to 250%. Think about that peace of mind. Let's say you have a client age 68, turns on income and is receiving $1,000 a month from Nassau. They receive that income for 15 years or until their age, quick math, I think, age 83. At age 83, your client goes into a nursing home. We're going to increase that $1,000 a month up to $2,500. We're going to pay it directly to your client, and we're going to pay that for up to 5 years as long as the client continues to qualify, remains in that nursing home, even if the account value depletes to 0. And I stress that point because as far as I know, we're one of only 2 companies that's going to pay this benefit even if the account value depletes to 0. And again, consistent with the theme, why is that important to you? Why is that important to your client? Think about the average critical care stay. Does it start when a client is 60, 65 years old, or does it start when your client's in their mid to late 70s, early 80s? And it generally starts with a client who's in their late 70s to early 80s. They've been taking income from their account for 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. So there's probably very minimal account value left in that contract. What you know, again, is peace of mind that your client is going to get worst case scenario 5-year benefit from these assets. And if that client continued to live after 5 years, then we just revert back to that guaranteed lifetime income or the $1,000 in our example. Maybe that client didn't go into a nursing home, but they weren't able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs and needed in-home care. That can be from a family member, qualified care practitioner. In this situation, what we're going to do is we're going to increase that income 175%. And again, we're going to pay that benefit for a full 5 years as long as they continue to qualify, even if the account value depletes to 0. The other great differentiator that you have with the care protection benefit is that this rider is transferable. And what I mean by that, let's say a joint spousal situation. Spouse one goes into a nursing home. They go into a nursing home for 3 years, so they receive that 250% enhancement. After 3 years, that spouse passes away. Spouse two keeps that contract in force. 5 years later, they'd been receiving that guaranteed lifetime income after the passing of spouse one. That individual goes into a nursing home. There's still 2 years remaining on that enhancement that they'd be able to tap into. So very, very strong consumer value proposition that you got with the personal protection choice. Last but not least, our family protection enhanced death benefit. What we do here is we take your client's premium. If you elect this rider, we grow that premium at 10% simple per year through age 70, 5% simple age 71 to 85 for a maximum of 10 years until the client turns age 85, whichever comes first. 60-year-old client, $100,000 premium. At age 70, as long as they haven't taken any withdrawals, they have a $200,000 enhanced death benefit. If that individual were to pass away at age 70, that $200,000 passes over to the beneficiary in a full lump sum death benefit. A ton of flexibility, a great way to really separate yourself from the competition with the personal protection choice. And the great thing is you're not giving away accumulation potential to have all these great guarantees. We have a 1-year strategy that's averaging about 5% per year with the S&P 500, a 2-year that's over 6.25% return over the last 10, and a 3-year strategy over 9.25% for the last 10 years. So a very, very complete product that really separates itself from the competition, addresses a ton of different risks and concerns the average consumer might have throughout their retirement days with one premium and no underwriting that you're typically used to with these types of products. So what you've seen over the first part of the presentation is the value proposition on a guaranteed platform. But now I want to quickly transition and talk about the Nassau Growth Annuity. This is a product that's getting a ton of buzz and a ton of momentum on the non-guaranteed accumulation side. As you see, this is a product that was really designed to be a great complementary sale next to one of our guaranteed products and really allow you to amplify your client's plans for a sound retirement. High level with the Nassau Growth Annuity. We issue this product through age 80 up to $1 million without prior home office approval. The sizzle, as we talk about with this product, are on the right-hand side of the screen, the 7 different indexing allocations. You heard me talk earlier about trying to get back to the basics. That's what we're doing with this contract. We're focusing on S&P 500 strategies. We want to give you the strategies, the tools that consumers understand, that you understand. Nassau's guilty of it as well, creating one of these managed indexes where it feels like you need a PhD to be able to understand or track the index. We're trying to move away from that with the growth annuity. So we're going to highlight these 7 different indexing strategies, which are really the sizzle, which is really the momentum of the strong growth that we're seeing since the launch of this product back in fourth quarter of 2019. In addition to those 7 strategies, you see 2 different product durations, either 7 or 10 years. On the 10-year product, we offer the opportunity for our Amplified Income Plus rider, which we'll break down in another couple slides. But in addition to the flexibility and the sizzle that you have with this product, you also have peace of mind. You see, on every 7 10-year product that we issue, there's a return of premium, a return of fee that's built into the contract. So as we walk through this, you're going to see several areas where there's a voluntary fee structure, accumulation, income rider. They're not mandatory, they're voluntary additions to this product. And if by chance you elect one of those strategies and the S&P 500 doesn't perform, at death or at the end of the either 7 or 10-year contract duration, that fee is eaten away at the principal. We're going to refund that fee and make sure that your client gets no less than the premium they put into the contract, less any withdrawals. Quick high-level product approval. You can see right now we're in about 44, 45 states. We do anticipate over the next 2 to 4 weeks, we'll have just about every state outside of New York approved. So if you don't see your state on the slide right now, know that we're coming and we'll have availability in the very near future. As we go through and transition to the sizzle of this product, here you can see the current rates. We're really going to focus on that first column of rates, the 10-year state A side of things. You can see we have a very, very competitive top-of-the-line 1-year fixed rate of 2.8%, a 1-year S&P 500 cap of 5.25%, a 1-year S&P 500 par rate currently sits at 45%. No cap, no spread, no fee. One of the best in the industry today with the Nassau Growth Annuity. We do have an allocation bucket for a 1% annual fee anytime assets are allocated inside of this bucket. With that 1% fee, what we do is go out there, add that fee to the option budget, and we're able to buy a higher par rate. So we bump that par rate from 45% up to 61%. Again, no cap, no spread. We have a 2-year S&P 500 base par rate, no cap, no spread, no fee, of 61%. Because of that return of fee feature, if your client is comfortable, really looking to maximize upside opportunity, again, for 1% annual fee, we're going to increase that par rate on the 2-year S&P strategy up to 83%. And then we're going to highlight, again, focusing on the basics. Right now, 70% of assets that we receive with the Nassau Growth Annuity are going into this Smart Passage Index. In another couple slides, I'm going to highlight the story here because there's a great story focused off of the S&P 500 with this strategy. A strategy that was built to help try and give you an allocation bucket to keep pace or maybe even outperform the S&P 500. But you can see a base par rate of 110% up to 150% max par rate with this product. Nassau Growth Annuity, again, the sizzle, what's getting this product the floor and the momentum that it is the non-guaranteed accumulation potential. On the screen in front of you here, you see our 2-year base S&P 500, so 61% par rate. $100,000 into this strategy 10 years ago, today would have grown to over $192,500, or a little north of 6.75% average annual return over the last 10 years. Because of that return of fee feature, maybe that client was comfortable buying up that par rate up to 83%. Take a look at the impact on returns. Again, $100,000 10 years ago, today sits at over $218,000, or a little north of 9% average annual return over the last 10 years. Extremely, extremely compelling story, extremely compelling accumulation opportunity. But even more important than those illustrations is the chart on the screen in front of you. What we did at Nassau is over the last 50 years, create an S&P crediting cycle each and every single day. And we identified the best 10-year period as well as the worst 10-year period in that crediting cycle. And what you see then going out across the industry, grabbing the best performing S&P strategy from all of our competitors, is that Nassau Growth Annuity came up number 1 in the industry in both of those categories. And to me, again, why that's important. We talked about up front, understanding or addressing the problem that most consumers don't even realize they have right now, the potential impact of a bear market correction. And when I get asked why I feel this screen in front of me is important, is because do I believe that the next 10, 11 years are going to be like the last 10? And again, you ask me personally, I say not a chance. We're not going to see the type of returns over a consistent basis that we did over the last 10, 11 years. But what this chart in front of you says is whether the index or whether the markets are performing at 16% per year or 5% per year. With the growth annuity, you know you're getting the best returns, the best possible returns that you can inside of the growth annuity. So let's quickly transition and talk a little bit about this Smart Passage. As I mentioned, this is a strategy that's receiving about 70% of the index allocations inside of submits with this product. What we tried to do, again, is get back to the basics, S&P 500 focus. But we still wanted to create a managed index that gave you the opportunity to potentially keep pace or even outperform the S&P 500. Now, we're not the first carrier to come out with this low volatility anomaly, this low volatility phenomenon, which says over time, low volatile stocks outperform high volatility stocks. So how do we create an index that takes advantage of that, but again, gets back to the basics in S&P 500 focus? Well, what we did with this Smart Passage Index is decide that we're going to follow this low volatility anomaly that we can go back and test since the inception of the S&P 500. So we capture the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. Now, it's a managed index, so they're actually adjusting these 200 stocks on a monthly basis based on the last 12-month rolling average. Once those 200 stocks are identified, they're then ranked, and this is where some of the differentiators come into play. We rank them inversely from 1 to 200, with 1 being the least volatile stock. At that point in time, that number 1, that least volatile stock, is applied the highest percentage of asset allocation. So we're going all in on that low volatility anomaly. From there, then we apply a very aggressive or very strong 16.5% vol target. What does that mean to you and to your client? Industry average on a volatility landscape right now is anywhere between 6 and 8%. As that volatility target is met, what you do, depending on the design and structure of that index, is those assets move to safety, whether that's fixed income, whether that's moving away from tracking or mirroring the index that it's following. By having a 16.5% vol target, your client has access to the index for a longer period of time. It gives them a higher potential for growth with a higher volatility target. And so at the end of the day, we talked about the low volatility anomaly, the attention to the 200 least volatile stocks with that inverse weighting. We talk about the impact of that 16.5% vol target. But the other great differentiator that you have with this strategy is that it follows the excess return rule. And what that means is once the vol target is met, instead of moving to cash, which never happens with this Smart Passage Index, what we're doing is actually adjusting the amount that the assets mirror the index. So let's say 16.5% volatility in the open markets. At 16.5% vol target, we're mirroring 100%, or we're translating 100% of the index returns. Let's say volatility dropped to 8.25, or half of our vol target. We're actually going to translate 2 times index credits. Let's say volatility started increasing and it doubled up to 33%. Instead of repositioning assets to cash, what we do is we actually mirror or translate 50% of the index that we're tracking. So it's a way to sort of monitor and limit our exposure in a real volatile market. Obviously, we're inside of an index annuity, so we have principal protection. Let's shoot for maximum growth potential and look at the performance. Here's our 2-year Smart Passage Index. $100,000 10 years ago today inside of this strategy, that $100,000 has grown to over $311,600. Extremely, extremely strong, almost 13% average annual return over the last 10 years. A great compelling story to be able to tell, a great index to allow you to maximize the potential on the non-guaranteed accumulation side. And again, to me, a great complementary sale alongside either personal income annuity or personal protection choice, the first 2 contracts that we talked about. You see some of the other returns with the other strategies that we have there, but I quickly give a couple slides, want to talk about, again, the optional amplified income plus rider potential. Again, this is an optional rider, but the way that this rider does is it's trying to maximize income on a non-guaranteed basis. So what we do inside this benefit base is we take your client's premium, we take their principal, and we guarantee for up to 15 years or until they turn income, it's going to grow at 3% simple per year. In addition to that 3% simple, we're going to grow up by 150% of index credits. Once that client's ready to turn on income, we then have a payout factor based on their attained age, and we multiply that factor by the benefit base. Look at some of these numbers. 2-year S&P 500, enhanced fee. So we've got that 83% par rate. If your client age 60 had $100,000 in this bucket 10 years ago, today that benefit base would sit at just short of $300,000, which translates to over $17,000 in lifetime income. You also see worst case scenario, that would provide over $7,400 in guaranteed lifetime income if the S&P didn't perform. A very, very compelling story, a great complementary sale on top of, again, personal income or personal protection choice. And to me, again, even more compelling. Take a look at how this product has performed across the industry. 55, 60, 65, 70-year-old client, anywhere from 5 to 15-year deferral. Not only is Nassau coming up number 1 across the grid, for the first 11 years, we're beating the competition by over 11% differential in terms of providing income. A great opportunity to, again, maximize income potential with the growth annuity. And look at the Smart Passage Index. Here, $100,000 into the 2-year enhanced par rate, 150%. 10 years ago, benefit base of almost $438,000. and just short of $25,000 in lifetime income for this client. A great potential, a great story to talk about, again, alongside a complementary sale with the personal income annuity or personal protection choice. You see where some of these other strategies would have fallen into from an income perspective, but again, a great way to really maximize that potential income with any client that you're working with. So you've heard the story multiple times today. What I love about our portfolio is the differentiators, trying to maximize the benefits in each space. Great complementary sales, flexibility of product, and you have the same thing with the growth annuity. Do your client, are they okay with fees? Are they not okay with fees? We can design a sale, we can design a product to have or not have a fee. Managed indexes, 7-10 years, a ton of flexibility with this product. In addition to that, and again, going back to the beginning, Scott highlighted some of the most unbelievable sort of packages that you have with your partnership with IAMS. But in addition to that, because of your partnership with IAMS for the Nassau portfolio, you're part of our Elite Advisor program. And for only $1.5 million in FIA sales in 2020, you're going to qualify for commission incentives of up to 75 basis point bonus. If you hit 1 year, $1.5 million this year, you're going to get a 50 basis point bonus on your entire block of FIA sales. If you hit the qualifying production number second year, we're going to increase that bonus up to 75 basis points. In addition to that year-end commission bonus, you're going to qualify for our Elite Advisor trip. This year, we're heading down to the Ball Harbor Resort in Miami Beach, and in the next few weeks, we'll have an announcement on the 2020 location. But very attainable, a great way to thank you for seeing the value in the products, for your partnership with IAMS and your partnership with Nassau. We've also enhanced our website. We've enhanced our marketing material. We built out a great website with the Smart Passage Index, so you're able to track returns, see returns, get marketing material. A clean, fresh look to our marketing material, enter sort of the 20th century, if you will, with 21st century with a lot of great pieces that help address what these products were designed to do. Fact find, lead you to the solutions. And at the end of the day, everything we've talked about today is being issued through Nassau Life and Annuity. A new company, a new heritage with a rich tradition. We've been in business since 1851, actually insured Abraham Lincoln. 170 years in business, providing guarantees and solutions throughout clients' retirement days. Almost 500,000 policies in force, $23 billion in assets. And under our new ownership, which took place in 2016 in the transition over to Nassau Life, you've seen a strong focus on product, operations, financial platform. And that was addressed back in May of 2019. We received our first, one of only a few companies that have received an AM Best increase. So a lot of great things going with that third-party affirmation. A lot of great things going from a partnership standpoint and a product standpoint. So with that, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time to be on the call today. I know we went through a ton of information from a product standpoint. Scott went through a great ton of value adds that IAMS has to offer you. We're extremely excited about 2020 and the opportunity that we have in front of you to provide industry-leading solutions, not only on the guaranteed side, but on the accumulation side. You see the IAMS number out there for any potential additional questions, any customized illustrations that they can run. Don't hesitate to give them a shout. But I appreciate the opportunity today. I look forward to rolling up my sleeves, earning business with you on a daily basis. And with that, I'll kick it back to Scott. Scott, thanks again for the opportunity, for your partnership. Looking forward to an exciting 2020.
Hey, thank you very much, Jake. Appreciate you giving us some time and with this presentation today, and appreciate the partnership that Nassau has given to us. Been a great partner over the last couple of years, and really looking forward to ramping up sales. With that being said, just a couple things to close here. We did have a couple of quick questions come in that we'll address, but I do want to launch our last poll of the day, and just basically asking you if you'd like more information on Nassau and their products. When you click yes, we will follow up with you directly, see if there's any specific product that you'd like, any illustration you need, and we'll get that information out to you. I did have a question come in about a possible replay of this presentation. We will have it up on our YouTube channel at some point this afternoon. So if you, I know we went through a lot of information today in a relatively condensed period of time. So if you'd like to take a closer look at it, it will be available to you at some point this afternoon. And then Jake, one product related question before I let you run. Individual is asking if the products are single or flexible premium.
Yeah, great question. So all of our products right now are single premium. So it's one deposit in. We are actually looking at building out a flex premium product. It's obviously nothing that's going to happen over the next couple months, but that is something that is on the docket for 2020 as we continue to build out our portfolio under Nassau. But again, single premium on the three products we talked about today.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. That being said, that's going to bring us to the end of our presentation today, end of our hour here. I do want to thank you, Jake, for taking time for us. Really appreciate it. I know it's very busy at Nassau right now, so thank you for carving out this time for us. Any parting words for the group before we go, boss?
No, again, again, as I mentioned just a minute ago, I appreciate the opportunity, appreciate everything that Scott and the entire IAMS team are doing, and again, I'm looking forward to rolling up my sleeves, working side by side, and helping along the process and building some great partnerships in 2020. So have a great year of sales. Look forward to working with many of you over the coming weeks and months.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the kind words. And thank you to everybody. We know an hour out of your day is an hour where you are not out actively prospecting and writing business. So we do greatly appreciate it and look forward to speaking with each of you here very, very soon. Have a great one, everyone.